Jimmy! Are you on your lunch break yet? I just wanted to talk to you for a little bit, if that's okay.
Oh, hey, Cindy. Yeah, just started, so I have some time to talk.
Okay, thank you. And you're really sure you don't mind chatting right now?
Of course not. Although if you think this is going to be kind of a long talk, then maybe it's just better that we wait until we both get home.
I agree with you. But usually when you come home for work, you just eat dinner and then immediately head out to go drink at bars. And when you come home, you just fall asleep right away. I just don't think that we'll have time to talk if we wait until we're both at home.
Okay, geez. Make me feel worse, why don't you? What is it you want to talk about?
Well, I kind of wanted to talk to you about your spending habits. As in, don't you think that you're spending just a little bit too much?
You think I'm spending too much money? I don't know. It isn't like I've bought anything too crazy recently.
I know, but you buy a bunch of small things for all your hobbies all the time. Especially with fishing. You're always buying lures and rods, and you use so much gas driving out to find fishing spots. But it's not just that. I think that you're going out a bit too much as well.
Sure, but I don't think I'm really breaking the bank or anything. It isn't like I can't afford to do stuff like this.
I don't think that you should just brush this off. I mean, if I didn't have a part-time job as well, we'd really be in financial trouble. We're barely making it from month to month at this rate.
Okay, but we are making it, right? We're not going to go into the red or anything like that, so I don't see what the big deal is.
But we talked about this, remember? We said that the whole point of me starting to work was so that I could put what I earned into our savings.
I still don't get why you're freaking out about this. It isn't like we have any kids or anything. If we did, then that would be a different story, but I just don't see the point if it's just us.
You do realize that if we did ever have kids, that would mean I wouldn't be able to go into work for a while, right?
I know that. But in that case, we would just roll back our spending so that way we can all live off my income.
But where are we going to cut back on is what I want to know. I mean, I know that you've been dipping into our house budget to support your own habits. But the more you do that, the tighter things get at home for us both. I just want you to be a little more cautious about how you're spending our money, all right?
But I'm not even buying anything that expensive. Since when did you become such a tightwad, huh?
I know that you're not making huge single purchases, but it all adds up. Just please don't use any more money than I give you to use, okay? Just don't touch the house budget.
Just shut up already. I go into work and bust my butt every single day. If I want to spend a little bit extra on myself, then I don't see why there should be anything wrong with that.
But you're not just going a little bit over, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Why aren't you listening to what I'm trying to tell you? Besides, you aren't the only one who works around here, you know?
Oh, please. You just work part-time. You have no idea what it means to actually have a real job.
That's because you were the one who told me that you didn't want me to work in the first place. Do you remember how much I had to beg you to let me work part-time, even though you know I wanted to go out and find a full-time job? You said it was all because your mom was against it.
Well, you know my mom. She never listens to anything anyone tries to tell her. And if I don't do what she says, then I know that I'll never hear the end of it.
Well, fine then, but if that's really the case, then don't belittle my job. And remember that I'm basically the only thing keeping us out of the red in the face of all your spending.
Oh, I see. So now you're saying that I don't make enough for you, is that it?
Are you kidding me right now? Where did I even say that? I'm just asking that you be a little bit more responsible with your spending, that's it.
You really know how to piss me off, you know that? Why am I always the bad guy in every single one of your problems?
I'm not saying you're a bad guy, but the fact is that you are the source of this problem. You're the reason that we're in such dire straits financially.
Oh, that's rich, coming from you when I easily make more than double what you do.
And so what? Why does that matter so much to you?
I just mean that I think you should remember where you stand in this relationship before you start telling me how I should live my life.
Can you please not talk to me like that, Jimmy?
You know what? I'm getting sick of this. I can't even talk to you anymore. Don't talk to me for the rest of the day, got it?
What am I supposed to do then? Are you just going to ignore me or something?
I will if you're going to keep this up and keep annoying me. Honestly, you give an inch and they take a mile.
I wish you would stop doing this whenever you get mad at me. You can't just pretend the problem doesn't exist. Besides, you already promised me that you wouldn't do this anymore.
I don't ever remember saying anything like that. And I thought I told you to stop talking to me.
Hello, Cindy. I have a message for you from Jimmy. He said he wants you to stop serving toast with crusts on for breakfast. He wants you to know that having to eat around that bit ruins his morning before he has to go to work.
Good morning, Judy. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I guess I'll cut the crust off of his toast from now on.
Good. I'm glad that you understand. It really isn't all that hard to do and takes zero time and effort. You don't have a problem with this, do you?
No, I don't have any problems with that at all. I'll be sure to be more careful in the future.
That's more like it. I mean, it's not like you're even all that busy in the mornings, right? Why weren't you already doing that anyway? Were you too busy getting ready to go to your own job that you couldn't even do that for your husband?
No, it isn't anything like that at all.
Well then, why did I have to be the one to tell you to do this? Don't you know that my little boy doesn't like having the crust on his bread? Why doesn't his wife already know that? Honestly, do you think that's how a good wife should act towards her husband? Maybe you should just quit your job.
But we're not really in a position where I'm actually able to do that right now.
And just why is that,
Because we're barely making ends meet as things stand right now.
So basically, you're saying that you don't know how to save properly? Oh my, what has my poor little baby gotten himself into? I can't believe that he ended up with such a useless woman. No wonder he only wants to talk to you through me. You really need to do some serious rethinking in your life.
Are you saying that you think all of this is my fault right now?
Of course, all of this is your fault. How can you even think otherwise when it's Jimmy who is going to work every day and earning all the money? If you can't save, then how are the two of you supposed to plan for the future at all?
But that's just it. It's Jimmy who keeps spending all of our money.
If you have all that time to think of how to blame others for your problems, then maybe you should try fixing them yourself. I should have never let my poor son marry a woman like you.
I'm truly sorry that you feel that way, Judy.
If only he's found a nicer, smarter girl to get with. I just have no idea what it is that he even sees in you. Wait, I have an idea. What if you two just got divorced?
Do you really mean that?
Of course I do. A good man like Jimmy is wasted on a shrew like you. Especially now that I see just how bad of a wife you really are. It's clear that there are issues with you and Jimmy if he feels he has to ignore you.
But don't you think that you might not be seeing the whole picture right now?
Oh, really? You think so? Because that's what Jimmy seems to think it is.
Well, doesn't my version of events count for anything?
I don't really care what you have to say. To be honest, I just want you out of my son's life. I know that you don't want to be a good housewife for him. So if that's the case, why don't you just go and provide for yourself, huh?
Jimmy, are you there? Please, you have to answer me. I'm gonna keep messaging you until you get back to me. I have something very important to talk to you about.
What is it? What do you want? Have you finally come to apologize to me?
No, it isn't that. It's about your mom, actually.
Why did you bother even messaging me if this is what you want to talk about, huh? Unlike you, I don't have tons of free time to waste on nonsense like this.
I just want to know what time it is that you think you're going to be coming home today.
I'm not telling you.
Can you please stop acting like a spoiled little kid? And can you please stop using your mom to send me messages? Did you know that she wants us to get a divorce? I thought that we had talked about this. You said that you had talked to your mom about saying those kinds of things to me, remember?
A divorce, huh? That might not be a bad idea, actually.
Wait, what? Are you serious about that?
Well, you said that you weren't going to apologize to me, right?
I don't really think that there's a need for me to apologize for anything.
Are you kidding me right now? You mean you don't think you need to apologize for always getting on my back, even though I bust my butt every day to provide for us both?
But that's fair. I was only trying to warn you that we need to be spending less money. I wasn't trying to get on your back or upset you or anything like that. I'm really sorry if I said something that made you think that I was, though.
You're acting as if I'm throwing all our money in the trash when I'm only buying things that I really need.
But by doing that, we're not going to be able to have any savings. Don't you realize that? And you know, I haven't even been able to buy anything for myself in over 6 months now.
And what is that supposed to mean? You're upset because you don't want to have to spend your own money on your own things?
You know that isn't what I was saying, Jimmy.
I'm going to bring the divorce papers over myself tomorrow. We're going to sign them, and then this whole nightmare will be over.
You can't be serious, right?
Of course I am. I wouldn't joke about something like that. But if you really don't want it to happen, then you better think long and hard about what you've been putting me through.
You mean that you're gonna threaten me with divorce for the rest of our marriage?
I mean that I'm really thinking about divorce, and I want you to be aware of that. And until you apologize, I'm going to keep talking to you through my mom. You should feel lucky that I've even kept up this conversation with you for this long, but I don't feel like talking to you anymore.
But you're just refusing to listen to what I'm trying to say to you.
Try looking in the mirror before you go around pointing fingers, okay? I can't believe I ever wanted to marry a stingy woman like you. Even my mom says that you need to wake up and be a good wife.
And you're just gonna go along with whatever your mom says about me. Do you really not think that we're a good fit for each other?
I think that you need to have a serious ego check. I just hope that my mom can figure out a way to set you straight. That's why you should listen to what she says.
Okay then, I understand. I guess I'll do exactly as your mom says then.
Hey, Cindy, what the heck is going on? Where are you right now? Why aren't you home? I finally decided to come home a little early, and dinner isn't even ready for me? This is why my mom is always getting mad at you. You really have no idea how to be a good wife at all, do you?
Oh, I think I know exactly how to be a good wife, thank you very much. And I know that I deserve better than this.
And just what is that supposed to mean?
It means that I signed those divorce papers you left there. I sent them out to be processed as well. I'll have my lawyer reach out to you about splitting up our stuff.
Wait a second. You've really signed the divorce papers? But you didn't even say anything about that to me.
I told you that I was going to do just as your mom said, remember?
But how does that equal you divorcing me? You need to call the courthouse or wherever you sent them right now and tell them to cancel everything.
I'm sorry, but it's way too late to try to undo the process now. But you were the one who brought up divorce in the first place, remember? I thought you would be more than happy if I signed those.
But I didn't really think that you were going to go through with it.
You mean you thought you could just threaten me like that for the rest of our lives? Do you really think I'm the type of woman to just roll over so easily?
Well, where are you right now?
I'm on a bus that's taking me back to my parents' house right now.
Well, get your butt back here right this second. We have to at least talk about this.
Oh, so now you want to talk? I thought you were too busy ignoring me.
Well, that was before you sent out papers to split up our marriage.
You mean you really couldn't see this coming at all?
Of course not. I was never really going to leave you. What have you done?
I only did something I should have done a long time ago. I warned you over and over again, but you refused to listen to anything that I was saying. Instead, you just chose to totally ignore me and talk to me through your mom instead. Well, I'm sick and tired of the way that you've been treating me, Jimmy.
I'm really, really sorry that I ignored you, Cindy. And I'm sorry if I've been acting coldly or mean to you lately.
Lately? This goes back way further than that. Besides, I don't feel like listening to your excuses at all. You were more than content to sit back and let your mom say all kinds of horrible things to me. What kind of a way is that for a husband to treat his wife?
But I just want you to apologize to me.
And just what did I even have to apologize for, huh? I didn't do anything wrong.
Wait, you're right. Maybe I should have been a little more careful with the way I spent our money.
If you're just realizing that now, then it's still too late for me. I still don't want to be with you.
Cindy, please. You can't do this to me. I mean, you didn't even tell me you were going to be sending out the papers.
I was only doing what your mom told me to do, remember? I know that she's always right about everything, so I just tried being a good daughter-in-law by listening to her.
But that's not right. This should be between you and I, not my mom.
And where was this attitude when you were using your mom to send me hurtful messages, huh? I told you that I was taking this problem seriously over and over again, and you just continued to ignore and insult me. I know that this is the right choice for me.
But I don't want to lose you, Cindy. I just thought that if my mom talked to you, that she might change your mind about some things is all. I didn't really think that you'd sign the divorce papers, though. It was just a game of chicken.
If you really think it's appropriate to play chicken when it comes to ending your marriage, then this just further cements that I'm doing the right thing. Don't bother saying anything else because I'm not going to be changing my mind.
I'm begging you here. Please come back to me. I can't live without you, Cindy.
I already told you that it's too late for any of your apologies, so just stop it. You were the one who brought home the divorce papers. You brought this on yourself.
I'm so sorry for everything. I promise to never blindly follow my mom again. She won't have anything to do with us ever again, so please come home.
It's not just your mom, Jimmy, it's you too. I can't stand either of you, and I'm not going to subject myself to you any longer. Don't ever bother me again.
I'm so sorry for everything. You have to believe me. Please, Cindy.
After that, I went back to my parents' place and hired a lawyer to deal with the divorce with Jimmy. Obviously, there was very little in the way of financial assets to be split up, but I got my share. Judy was overjoyed that I was finally leaving her son, but Jimmy was furious because he felt like she was the one who drove me away. The two got into a huge fight that ended with them vowing to never speak to each other again. I got some calls from both of them afterwards, but I ignored them all and blocked both their numbers. I have no idea what the two of them are doing, but I'm glad that they're out of my life and that I get to start a new chapter without them.